Everyone is building a media company because it helps their business grow. So recently I did an event and we had amazing people such as Layla and Alex Ramosi come. We had Neil, my podcast co-host, come, Christo, Vanessa Lau, Cody Sanchez come too. Everyone's building a media company, and a lot of the talks were focused on the concept of building a media company. Don't forget to stay till the end because we have a couple of special tips to share with you and a special video for the very end as well. So number one, the first thing to understand is that this stuff takes time. It takes about 3 years to start to build an audience. Look, if you hit lightning in a bottle, great. If you were fortunate enough to capitalize on strong organic reach from a social channel such as Charlie D'Amelio, then, more power to you. But for the vast majority of us, it's going to take us about 3 years to start to build something really great. And you can start to see some traction maybe in the first year or so, but really 3 years to start to build a great audience or a great business as well. So these two things kind of go hand in hand, by the way, because when we talk about building a media company, that means that you can't just be in one place. You're really trying to hold the attention and get the attention of a lot of people. And Bill Gates once said in the 90s that every company is eventually going to become a media company, because the reality is that ad costs are continuing to rise. And if you want to stand out, then you have to kind of create your own attention. And that's why a lot of creators out there like the Mr. Beasts of the world are able to secure all these deals. They're now able to leverage their brand to build Mr. Beast Burger. They're able to build Feastables. The second thing is, if you're going to be producing content, so let's use this video as an example. This video will become multiple pieces of content. So what we'll do is we'll take this video, we'll push it over to the podcast that I have, we'll repurpose it for a blog post. But the whole idea is that there's a framework that we use called the content sprouting framework, meaning that you have one pillar piece of content, and that one video can become multiple TikToks, shorts, reels, maybe long form pieces of content. And then what you can do afterwards is you can promote, right? By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit the like button right now. That's what we need to continue to grow this channel ultimately if you're enjoying this video. It's really important to understand that if you're going to be patient with this stuff, you also have to invest in it too. When I talk to Cody, she's spending about 70 or 80 grand a month or so on content. Same kind of deal with the Hormozis, same type of deal with a lot of the friends I talk to, right? They're spending into the 5 figures, if not into the 6 figures for content. And what you're also looking for as well is the qualitative and the quantitative feedback. Let's say, for example, if I'm trying to grow on YouTube, I'm going to take a look at my YouTube studio. I'm going to look at my analytics. I'm going to look at what videos have done well in terms of strong retention, strong click-through rate, understanding how the game is played on each channel, and then looking at the metrics, looking at the numbers. That's the quantitative side of it. And then the qualitative piece is actually surveying your audience. So maybe dropping a poll every now and then. Hey, what did you think about that latest video that I did? Or what other videos would you like to see me do? You can send out polls and then just see how your audience is. Don't be afraid to put ads against it, right? So if you're trying to promote a podcast, don't be afraid to advertise on other podcasts. Ideally, you're just getting on other podcasts, but if you don't have the time for it, maybe you can advertise on other podcasts to mention yours and also use your videos to promote other videos, right? So I'm going to show you an example of how this is done right now. In this video, we talked about why it's important to build a media company, but we haven't really talked about, what channels are actually good for 10xing your traffic and your revenues. So if you check out this video over here, I'm actually going to walk you through how that's done, and we'll see you later.